Crazy, crazy game in Sacramento last night. I feel like we didn't give them the proper respect. You see the outlet pass right away. There was a ton of runouts and extra energy plays, backdoor plays that Sacramento hit us. You see Steph, who was dialed in and played well for the most part during the game. But the whole team, it was a lack of concentration. We had beaten Sacramento 13 times in a row, and I honestly feel like we didn't take them seriously. DeMarcus Cousins, I've never seen a man at his size be able to face up, Euro step, crossover, but he did it all night. Darren Collison blows by KD, who maybe had his worst performance as a Warrior. Draymond did hit a few threes. Draymond and DeMarcus Cousins are really good friends, so it brings out a competitive juice in him. Here's a big Euro step dribble. And Boogie was rolling all night. He kept himself in control emotionally. Willie Cauley-Stein out of Kentucky. I don't know what the Kings are doing, but I feel like this kid should play a lot more. There's a nice pass from Clay to McAdoo. You can tell that McAdoo's been in the system for a long time, the way he rolls. There's more Willie Cauley-Stein. Like I said, I like this kid, and I don't know why they don't play him more. I guess that's why the Kings are the Kings. Steph with the irky-jerky finisher around him. He kind of carried us offensively in the first half, and then this happened. You heard a loud thud when Draymond went down because he was right next to the cameraman. Look at KD. Watch, KD almost stops playing here. And then they pan over to this, man, and it was a scary sight for Warrior fans because we all know how tough Draymond is, and he plays most stuff off. He's banged up all the time, twisted ankles, and he's got a bad shoulder right now, and he just plays through it. So for him to be on the ground writhing in pain, it was a very scary sight, and you could see, basically the look on all the Warriors' face. Everybody was shook. He stayed down for a good while. Again, they were saying contusion. If you look at the replay coming up here, it looks like his right knee kind of torques when it hits the ground. He's moving fast. Here we go. Here's the replay. Watch the right knee torque on the right there. It's not much, but I've seen less be worse. And then coming from a tough guy like Draymond to see him stay down, I was really worried, man. So he goes to the locker room, and I'm not going to lie, I thought his season was over. I know he's walking on it, but like I said, him being so tough, I felt like he was just being tough and walking off on a blown-out knee. And you could see it written all over the Warriors' faces that they were kind of in shock, and their seasons kind of flashed in front of their eyes. KD, look at him hold the ball here. DeMarcus Cousins, look, he's looking to pass the ball. He doesn't even want to go at him. Finally, he bails Cousins out with a short jumper, and he did this all night. I don't know why. Second half, look at this man come walking back on the court. Look at Kerr. Kerr's shocked. He's like, hey, you good? He's like, okay. And I have to say, I did not like this decision from the Warriors organization. I think Draymond bullied the staff into letting him play. All we hear about is staying healthy and being ready for the playoffs. There's no reason for him to play. Steph with another three ball. So I didn't like Draymond coming back in the game, even though he contributed and he seemed to be all right. I was not a fan of it. Boogie in the post and another backdoor cut. Really just a lack of effort, a lack of respect. And I think at this point, Kerr was already irritated with our effort. And then Looney with one of his great plays in a Warrior uniform, the follow-up slam. It's called for the over the back. And this is where Kerr starts to get fired up, truly. Okay, so he's already mad. They tee him up. It's a bullshit call. You can't call over the back on a 6'4" guard. Take another look at it. This is just basketball. McLemore had no chance at the basketball. So then Draymond gets teed up here, and this is where Kerr decides to exit the arena. This was calculated, I think. As I read, I think he was mad, but I think he made a conscious decision to get thrown out of this game at this point. So he's like, wait, what? Draymond got a technical for what? And I'm not going to lie, I love this, man. Peep Draymond coming to the screen here, and he's grinning. He thinks it's funny. But I love seeing Kerr fired up, man. It always makes me think of him and his scrap with Jordan in his playing days. You see Draymond grinning. So he gets thrown out of the game. You see the score, it's a 2-point game, but we played miserably. I don't even know how it was a 2-point game at this point. And now we are left with Mike Brown running the show, who's much more suited as an accessory on the bench. I like Mike Brown, but all they always say about Mike Brown is, yeah, Mike Brown's a good guy. He's a good guy. I'd like to hear a little more about what skills he brings to the table as a coach. But what I'd really like to see was Curry respond. Curry responded. You can see he was emotional, and it fired him up to see his coach fired up. They went on the emotional roller coaster of Draymond thinking his season was done. So end of the third quarter from about 35, I apologize for the pixelation. He hits the 3 ball and some kind of weird celebrations here. But look at him to end the quarter. Watch this. Boom, kicks the chair. I love seeing that aggression. Get mad, Steph. So he carried us, and what was really an awful effort. More KD settling for a 3 with a 7-footer on him. Usually that's a crossover and a tomahawk. Steph, great little pass, and Iguodala. I got worried he wasn't going to finish this. I thought he got LeBron-itis, but made the basket when we needed it. Another high pick and roll here late in the fourth quarter. Draymond, good to see him finish above the rim, albeit on the left knee, not the right knee. And here we go, 0.7 seconds to win. I thought it was a decent look with 0.7. Clay almost went glass for the win. Booker from Phoenix did it the other night. Fourth quarter, Boogie goes right to work. I apologize. Overtime, Boogie goes right to work. Drop step on the baseline. Here he is with another huge Euro step, and they get like the first 5 or 6 points in overtime. No Kerr, no bigs. Draymond, and now he goes down on the hurt shoulder. This is the point I was trying to make. There is no reason for him to be in this meaningless game in early February. I'd rather be healthy and be in San Antonio than banged up and play at Oracle in the playoffs. I'll put it to you like that. Never mind the number 1 seed. Steph answers, though. We're down, and somehow we find a way to crawl back in this in overtime. So here we go, 6 seconds. I like this play from Mike Brown. I got to credit him with the draw up here. An interesting play design. And Steph Curry, who you could argue maybe is the best guy going high off glass in the league, doesn't go high enough. And we fall to Sacramento after beating them 13 times in a row. And I'm going to call it a healthy loss because we didn't deserve to win. And it was an entertaining game. And it'll be good to see KD bounce back. There's no way he can allow himself to be that passive. So hit that like, share, subscribe. I'm out, y'all.